Ooh, live time. Alright. Guess I should wait for a few people to join. What is up, everyone? See if I can bring up the chat. Alright. So, I'm in Destin, Florida right now. This is the second day of my trip in Destin, Florida. And Oliver the Joy Boy is here. Hi, Oliver. He says, "What's up?" Wow, it is just wonderful here. The beach is awesome. The water is very warm, and there are lots of tourists. It's quite crazy to stay in a place like this. It's just so busy and bustling with people. All of the tourists attracted by the beach. This is the second time that I've been to the beach in my life. And the first time was about, actually it was 8 years ago. 8 years ago. D-Man. What's up? 5 people. Cool. So, there's a walking path right behind me, so periodically people might be walking by. Yeah, I'm in Destin, Florida. It's crazy. There's palm trees everywhere. Not coconut bearing palms like I thought there would be, but I learned that coconut palms aren't native to Florida. So, you hear that thunder? Yeah, there's a storm brewing. But I think it's moving away from me, so I think I will avoid the weather today, and if need be, I can just pick up this. What's good about this setup is I can pick it up and move it, and yeah, if need be. So yeah, there are lots of tourists on the beach right now, so I originally planned to do this live stream on the beach, but there's not enough room, and I don't want to accidentally film anybody without, getting their permission, of course. So, this is a Q&A live stream. I plan on it lasting around 45 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. Let's just see how it goes. But if you guys have any questions for me, feel free to put them in the live chat, and I'll be happy to answer them. And of course, I'll be just talking about things that are going on in my life. So I don't know if I should wait for a few more people to come on, or see the chat. So can you guys hear me fine? Is the video working? I'm using a mobile internet connection right now. I'm not using a wireless router, so yep. I'm about a half-mile away from our hotel. Oliver the Joy Boy asks, what kind of videos will I make in Florida? I think I'll just make a typical vlog video in my style, although I don't really know what my style is. Finding more about that every day, what my style is. But yeah, I'll just sort of film what I'm doing in a day. Definitely take the GoPro in the water and have lots of fun with my family. Yeah, that kind of sums it up. Definitely going to explore this area a lot more, because there is so much to explore here. And in a place like Destin, well, first off, I should say that Destin is by no means a rural area. It's very urban. There are lots of hotels and buildings, and it's sort of a, as a tourist, you come here and you expect to be spending a lot of money buying trinkets and knickknacks. There are tons of stores, and it's really just, it's a huge economical place. They bring in lots and lots of tourists, and the tourists spend lots of money here, and it's a huge exchange. Alright, let's see if I can bring up the live chat, because I just saw someone sent a message through the chat, but it went away. Oh, here we go. I found out how to work this darn thing. Big Ben Star says, July in Florida. Storms are virtually everywhere and some last 15 minutes or an hour. I just got a weather notification from the incoming storm. I might have to move. I might not, but... Theodore J asks, what is on your activity list while there? I didn't make a list, so to speak, but I'm just going to explore. You know, part of the fun is just not knowing what you're going to do and finding out. Just, yeah, just sort of exploring randomly, and I think there's beauty in the spontaneous. Yeah, it's just wonderful here. The sand is so soft. I compare it to like an everlasting snow. It doesn't melt, but it feels like snow. It's just not cold, and it's so awesome to feel between your toes. It's just an amazing experience, and I wanted to do this on the beach and go barefoot, but yeah, like I said, there's just way too many people on the beach right now. And there's a state park not too far away from our hotel, and I think my family is going to drive down there. And just in case you're wondering what the state park is, it's Henderson State Park, and it is a beach that is protected and well maintained, and usually there are less people there, so that will be really fun to stay there for a few hours. And you know, 8 years ago, whenever I went to the beach, I was 7 years old, and my family took a trip down to Dauphin Island in Alabama. Pretty sure it's Alabama, but we were fortunate enough to stay in a beach home. We rented it. My parents rented it, and actually a lot of my family stayed there. My grandma, my uncle, and a few yeah, just my uncles and grandmas. That's all I can remember. It was a long time ago. Anyways, the beach was essentially ours for the taking. There's no one there. The other beach houses were at least, I would say, 100 yards away from ours, so we just had this huge plot of land, of sand and water that was just ours, and it was amazing. I could tell lots of stories from that trip. It was very fun. Check the chat really fast. Oliver the Joy Boy asks, goals for your junior year. So I assume you're referring to my high school year. What are my goals during high school? Whew. Well, of course I want to attain great grades. Say that 5 times fast, great grades. Yeah. I mean, it would be nice to make new friends, and just, I think overall I just want to be a happier person, a more, look at my hair. I just want to be a more thankful person. That's funny. Yeah, I just want to be a more thankful person, and I want to find the good in all situations, good or bad. Sometimes I sort of let myself get stressed out and worried too much, but yeah, I just need to work on that. Probably plan to start writing in a, I plan to start writing a, oh, what should I call it? I plan to start writing in a journal, just writing about what I'm grateful for every day, like before I sleep. I think that's a good idea. I actually read about how practicing gratefulness in the present moment, and I read about this in a book, and if you're curious about what the book is, it's The Grain Brain Whole Life Plan. That's what it is. And so anyway, the book talks about how practicing gratefulness in the present moment will make you more likely to stay grateful later on in the future. And anyway, that's a really cool study that they presented in that book, the author presented. And yeah, so that's something I would like to do. That's one of my goals, is to start writing a grateful journal. To find another name for that other than a grateful journal. Thank you for the kind comments, everyone. Alright, let's see if I missed any questions. Theodore J asks, how long am I going to stay in Florida? I will leave next, well, actually this Monday. I forgot it was Sunday. This Monday, my family will pack up and leave. My sister, man, do you hear that thunder? There's also a plane flying overhead. That's awesome. Oh man, I'm just so excited to be here. I just love the beach. It's awesome. I love it so much. So yeah, I'm leaving Wednesday. My sister has a basketball tournament that she needs to be back in Arkansas for Thursday. So it's going to be a long drive home. Driving here, we actually stopped at a hotel and split the trip up into 2 different days. But whenever we drive home, we're going to take 1 day. How is everybody? Should ask. How is everyone? And really fast, as I remember, I just wanted to give everyone a quick thanks for 1,000 subscribers. I realized that I haven't really addressed that, but that's really awesome. And again, it is just a number, but 1,000 people, that means that over 1,000 people actually enjoy watching my content and feel that it's meaningful, and that to me is super motivational, and that's just wonderful. So that'll push me to keep on creating. Not that I wouldn't, but just that extra boost. Okay, this is interesting. If Hafner says Destin is across bay from Air Force Base, Air Force Base, excuse me. Are you visiting someone in the service? No, I am not. My family just came down here to have a relaxing vacation. Alright, so an update on Dash. For those of you who don't know, Dash is my dog. And I have 2 dogs actually, Dash and Copper, and they're both brothers. But Dash was attacked by a larger dog, a German Shepherd actually. And in my update video, I didn't go into detail about what actually happened to Dash, but he had to receive lots of stitches in his hindquarters. He was just in bad shape. And so he's staying at my grandmother's house. Big thanks to my grandmother for watching him while we're gone, but he's staying at her house and he's doing great. The day after he was injured, he was acting very lethargic, and I really thought it would take a long time for him to bounce back because he was just in very bad shape. And I don't want to go into detail because it is kind of sad. It is sad, but he actually hopped up the stairs at my grandmother's house. And he was just running around, and it surprised me so much to see the lack of pain that he was in a good way. It surprised me in a good way. The thunder is just rolling constantly. Super loud thunder. See ya, Oliver. Yes, small dogs always think they are bigger dogs, especially my dog Dash. He has no fear of larger dogs. He just thinks he's one of the big ones, part of the pack. Anyway, he's doing great. He's eating well, and luckily enough, he had no internal damage. Yeah, that was scary. That was a scary day. I'm glad I found him in time. I found him actually being attacked by the dog, and I was so glad to be able to stop that. Alright, so just a quick reminder, if you guys have any questions, I would be happy to answer them. One of the things that I love about live streams is how unpredictable everything is. You just never know how they're going to end up, and it's sort of like tossing a coin. But it makes it fun. It makes it risky, I guess. And I do like live streams, just sort of having not really one-on-one talk, but it is fun to be able to directly speak to you guys and answer your questions. So I'm gonna show you the beach right now. Isn't this awesome? I can just pick up the camera. You can kind of see it. It's just right over there. And there's actually a hotel right in front of me. It's not my hotel, not the hotel we are staying at, but it is a hotel. It's quite busy, bustling. Lots of people in the balconies. Alright, there's some people walking by. So, going back to my summer goals video, I just wanted to address how I was doing with those goals, maybe to just inspire you guys to create your own goals. But, so I guess I should start out with the first goal that I set, which was reading 3 books a summer. Hi guys. And so I actually didn't complete that goal yet. Hi, you guys have a good swim. They're nice people. I've read 2 books so far, so I'm taking a long time. I'm sort of procrastinating on reading 3 books. But yeah, I'm just making the most of the summer more outside, spending lots of time outside. But yeah, I want to be able to complete 3 books before the summer ends. Theodore J asks, how are you doing at your summer goals, like playing guitar? Yeah, so I was just, I guess just to talk about my guitar now. So, I sort of had a hiatus with practicing the guitar. I mean, well, actually not really, because I've been practicing the guitar quite often, but I haven't been learning any new songs. So, yeah, just still practicing ones that I do know, and sort of the, not really the mindset, but how I practice the guitar is I learn a song and I just play it over and over and over again, and it can get quite annoying for the people who are with me, because I'm just playing the same song over and over. But that's how I learn, that's how I get better at it, and I think it helps me move around the fretboard a lot easier than if I would just learn different songs, because then I would have to, play the songs really slowly to try to remember the chords, as opposed to just playing it over and over, learning it, then playing it faster, playing it as fast as you can, and then you can play it without really thinking about it. And one thing that I have trouble with, and I thought I should mention this, is I can't sing whenever I play the guitar, so I don't know if that says anything about how much concentration it takes, because, I am an amateur. I just started learning shortly after the beginning of summer. Yeah, the guitar is lots of fun, and I recommend. It's so awesome to actually be able to play the guitar and sort of just hang out with people, and I don't want to say impress them, but yeah, it's just fun. And I recommend anyone learn how to play the guitar or any instrument. It's just a great way to spend your time. It builds hand-eye coordination, in my opinion. Christopher Kopfer, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, asks if I had a Patreon, or if I'm planning to have a Patreon. I do not have a Patreon, to answer your question. Am I planning to have one? Not exactly. I don't know. I don't really have a necessity for a Patreon. I love your guys' support in the comments and through subscribing to my YouTube channel. But I just don't know if that warrants people actually taking money from their life and then giving it to me. I mean, that is a huge deal, I think, and I just don't think I need that. I don't need extra money. I mean, I have all of the camera gear that I could ever dream of. M-Dog. What's up, M-Dog? A lot of people. 18 people. That's a lot of people for me. Alright. What are we at the time? 20 minutes so far? That's crazy. I do not feel like I've been live streaming for 20 minutes. Alright, so I'll probably stream for 45 minutes, and then I'll end that because I want to spend the maximum amount of time at the beach. I'm just in a good mood today. I'm acting pretty hyper, pretty energetic. Let me show you one of these palm trees really fast. These are just beautiful, and they contrast so much in terms of shape with like the coniferous and oak trees that we have in Arkansas. They just look awesome. They have these the tops of them have like a crisscross pattern that I don't remember seeing in Dolphin Island. Play it. Woo! All right. So if you guys have any questions, again, make sure to ask them. My racing mountain biking season is going to start. Well, I shouldn't say it's going to start, but the actual practices will start the 1st of August. And so I'll actually miss the first few practices because I'll be in Destin. I'll be here. But I'm so excited for my racing season. That's something that I'm going to look forward to every year. I love mountain biking. I think it's a great way to spend time outside, and I can't really think of a good way to explain mountain biking, but just whenever you're riding through the woods and trees are flying past you and you're rolling over the dirt, especially if you're riding in a group, you just feel so free, and it's just a wonderful experience. And I do believe that I've improved at my mountain biking skills since last year, so I'm ready to really hit it hard, hit the nail on the head, and race hard this year. Hi guys. Yeah, I'm doing a live stream.
Cool. What's your channel?
What's my channel?
Yeah.
Jake Truman.
Okay. We saw you making a video and we were like,
Yeah.
I wonder what he's making.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll look you up.
Okay, thank you. You guys have a good day. People here in Destin are so nice. Love that. Love community. Alright, so as I was saying, I'm ready to really go into the racing season, and I'm ready to push myself in the races and compete at my highest level. I feel that I'm in the best shape of my life so far. Something in my eye. So I'm ready. So ready. It's bugs flying around my face. E.F. Hafner asks, do I race on a mountain biking team or as an individual? So I race on a team, and if you guys are curious what the organization that I race for is, this is the organization that sets up the races. They have sponsors. They make sure all of the courses are ready to be raced on, and it's a really awesome organization. It's called NICA, N-I-C-A, and that stands for National Interscholastic Cycling Association. And so that's not the team. That's not the team that I race for. That's just the organization that sets up the events, the races. Imdog says I race for Nika. That's cool. And so the team that I race for, I actually don't know the team that I race for currently, because I'm going to race for a new team. So last year I raced for the Bantons, and I made lots of friends. Well, I shouldn't say lots of friends. There weren't too many people on our team. I made 2 close friends, and so that was a wonderful experience, super awesome. And this year, two of my friends that I made last year graduated, so they won't be racing with me this year. And I'll have a different Nika coach. So this is going to be sort of not a learning experience, but it'll be different than last year. It will definitely be different. All right. And then, but we'll go to the beach and stop sliding. Theodore J asks, what is the tower dome behind me? And I wanted to wait for them to go by, so I didn't interrupt their speaking. Tower dome. Tower dome behind me. This little hut? Is that what you're referring to? I could just walk around if I wanted to. Yeah, that's just a hut. I hope that's what you were asking about. I don't think there's a tower dome behind me. Whew. Such a beautiful day. I love overcast days. Kind of ironic, because you'd think sunny days would be the best, but the overcast skies, I think, just look beautiful. Hi, sir. Telling you, the people in Destin are so nice, so friendly. All right. 21 people. That's awesome. Hamro Books asks, have you ever heard about Nepal? Is Nepal, I believe that's a place. Is it a country? I'm not really sure what Nepal is, so I guess I haven't heard of it. Dave F asks if I do anything besides cycling to stay in shape. For my mountain biking, specifically. Well, I run cross country, and that's another huge part of my, as an athlete, that's a huge part of my career, I guess you could say. Not really career, but yeah, that's a huge part of my life. Cross country is, I run quite often, and so I'm also ready for the cross country racing season, which is also at the same time as my mountain biking season. So to reiterate, my cross country races are on Sunday, and then the day after, no, excuse me, my cross country races are on Saturday, and then the day after that, on Sunday, I have a bicycle race. So Monday, I'm pretty exhausted and worn out because going really hard 2 days in a row. I would actually say that my mountain bike races are more strenuous and more exerting than my cross country races, just because they're that much longer. And yeah, which actually kind of surprised me. I went into the racing season expecting my cross country 5Ks to be more difficult, just because mountain biking is more of a steady state exercise. However, it is not really so, because climbing up the hills, going downhill, that's a big difference in the amount of exertion. So going up the hill, your heart rate gets up to just about maximum. At least for me, I push really hard on the uphill because I find that's where I really can catch people. And then on the downhill, I just go as fast as I can, and I try to relax my breathing, try to sort of get ready for the next uphill. And I find that it's like an interval training, and it's super intense for about 30 to 40 minutes. Maybe they're not that long. I never really time myself. I have the app called Strava, and a lot of my mountain biking buddies use it, but I don't really use it. I use it to keep up with them. but I don't track my workouts, so I don't know how long my races are. I don't know how long I'm working out for. But whenever I am mountain biking, I know just to push myself hard. That's how I get faster. That's how I increase my skill level. And if my heart rate's up, then I know that I'm working pretty hard. And so that's how I judge myself. I don't really use Strava for that. And yeah, like I said, during my mountain bike races, it's like an interval training. It's more strenuous, I would say, than my cross-country races, which kind of surprised me. There are bugs flying around. I apologize. Yeah, so Nepal is a country. I'm curious to why you ask. Why you ask if I knew that. Alright. So, how has your guys' day been? Matter of fact, where are you guys watching from? I would love to hear what country, and if you live in the United States, what state you are watching from. That'd be awesome to know. Destin, Florida. Destin, Florida. It's actually raining right now. Can you see the raindrops? It's just, it's quite crazy. In the modern age, we can just hop into our vehicles and literally drive hundreds of miles anywhere we want on roads that have been built. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about that. If you just take the time. 100 years ago, you wouldn't think about doing something like this, traveling in your vehicle this far. Kind of makes you think what the future is going to be like, what sort of innovations and inventions, excuse me, is going to be existing in the future. Alright, such a beautiful day. It's really warm here in Florida. Not too warm. It's more humid, I would say, than it is warm. Hammer Brooks is, Hammer Books, I said Brooks, is watching from Nepal, so that's why he asked. So Nepal lies between China and India. Cool. I'm not too familiar with the geography of Asia, but I would like to. I think I'm taking geography as a class next year, so I should be more adept in my geography sector. Tennessee, hello from Denver, Ohio, Cleveland. Oh, there's a bug flying. It's trying to get into my eye. Watching from Ohio, California, opposite side of the globe. That's where D-Man is. That's crazy. It's crazy that technology can connect us to someone on the other side of the world. Alright. We're at 33 minutes. So 7 minutes. See how many questions you guys can ask me, if you want to, of course, in 7 minutes. Stopped raining. That's a good sign. I hope it doesn't start downpouring while I'm live streaming. That'd be quite entertaining, possibly. There's another jet. So, in the future, I plan to, I'm trying to, plan how I will improve as a filmmaker, like how I will measure improvement, and, I haven't really found a good way to do that. If that makes any sense. I'm just, with mountain biking, you're improving as you go faster, as you improve your times on certain laps, on certain courses. But as a filmmaker, and I think that's what makes it difficult is you don't know when you're improving. And everything is sort of subjective as a filmmaker. You know, someone could love your content, and then someone else could not enjoy it. And so it kind of makes it hard to justify whether or not you're doing the right thing. And so I'm just sort of thinking about how I can measure improvement. Anyway, that's just me rambling. E.F. Hafner asks, what subject am I looking forward to in school? I'm looking forward to physics. I really like learning about the physical world and how we can implicate certain how should I explain this? Certain phenomena, I guess, into something that's helpful. I just like learning about, for example, how motion works and how forces interact with each other. I just think that's really interesting. So I'm looking forward to physics. I'm looking forward to calculus. I'm looking forward to art, especially. I really like art. And that would be awesome to design your own studio and be an actual artist and be able to like sell your work. I just think that would be super awesome. I could compare filmmaking to art as in painting and drawing. I think they're closely related. They both involve creativity. They both involve skill and time and effort. And yeah. All right, next question. Oh, this is a neat question. I'm glad somebody asked this. How long did you spend producing your letter to my subscribers video? Its production values are first rate. Oh, thank you. How long did I spend producing it? I spent a very long time producing it, not intentionally, and not because I needed to, but because I began filming it. When did I begin? Trying to remember. Anyway, after I had started filming the letter to my subscribers, I waited a few months for another rainy day to be able to continue filming. It wasn't a few months, I think it was around a month. And then I finished up filming and I edited it and posted it. So overall, I think it took me around a month and a half to actually produce the entire thing. But if I was fortunate enough to have more of a consecutive rain, to be able to film in a rainy scene, then it probably would have taken me more like a week and a half. Yeah. Looking back at that video, it's really cool to see how you would make it differently. There are a lot of things that I could critique about that video, a letter to my subscribers that I made, and more so the commentary. What grade am I going into? I'm going into 11th grade. I'm going to be a junior this year, which is crazy. It's crazy how fast the summer went by. And I see multiple comments saying, in filmmaking, your measure of improvement as how much fun you have doing it. And yeah, I suppose so. That's the only way to do it. And it is fun. Sometimes it can be a little bit stressful, maybe. Stressful in a good way. And what I mean by that is, in filmmaking, you never know how it's going to turn out, and it sort of teaches you to just go with the flow. And I think it allows you to handle uncertainty a little bit better. 40 minutes, so we have 5 minutes left in this live stream. How are you guys enjoying it so far? Hi guys.
Hey. Hey.
Thank you for all the kind comments, guys. It's really awesome. Do we have any other mountain bikers besides, I think it's M-Dog. I believe you said you raced for Nika. Do we have any other mountain bikers in the live stream? There are just bugs attacking me right now. I heard if you raise your arm, then they'll fly to the highest point of your body. So maybe they'll fly up to my hand. Nope, didn't work. Alright. So, yesterday was kind of hectic. I ended up sleeping at around midnight. And so I slept in a little bit later today, just so I could catch up on sleep. But I was planning on getting up earlier today. But I figured better catch up on some sleep. Yeah. The live chat continues to disappear, so I have to pull it back up every so often. So I addressed this in my last live stream, but I figured I should probably state again that I've sort of found my callings in life, what I enjoy really, this year. I'm gonna wait for this plane to go by. Okay, like I was saying, I found what I like, what I enjoy, and I sort of found certain things that I think would be able, I would be able to implement into a career this year, and it's crazy. I feel like I've sort of had a personality change this year. And I started. Lexi Cat asks where I'm at, and I am in Destin, Florida, for a family vacation. Anyway, like I was saying, yeah, I've sort of had a personality change, and I've had a change in. I changed my diet because I wanted to try out a new diet, and someone on the YVR challenged me, and you could probably guess who if you are a follower of the YVR. And so somebody challenged me to go vegan, and so for the month of January I tried out the vegan diet, and then after that I would say that I was eating eggs at this time, so actually it was more of a vegetarian diet. But I haven't eaten eggs in a long time, so yeah, I guess you could consider me full vegan right now, which is crazy. Never thought. So yeah, I guess I'm saying that because I just want to address that I do feel great. I do think it has somewhat to do with the vegan diet. It has to. And you know, after a meal I don't feel super heavy. And I will say that before I started this challenge I wasn't eating much meat anyway. But yeah, I just feel like I am improving as an athlete, and I guess I'm gonna start doing strength training and see if that improves my mountain biking. You know, just really short, not short, but just a few workouts a week, weightlifting, and maybe legs. Mountain biking, I find, really is good strength training for your legs, regardless. But just to add a little bit of strength training would be great. And my dad has been asking me to do a strength training routine for forever. And a few years ago, I was on a pretty strict strength training routine. Excuse me, that stuttering. All right, 45 minutes. I'm gonna answer one more question. So I guess Luther is just taking time to relax from YouTube for a bit, and I commemorate that. I think that's a smart move. Such an amazing person, really great work ethic, and such a hard worker all around. Luther is. I am 16 years old. I turned 16 in May. Somebody asked. All right. One more question. And then I'll have to go. I'm gonna go for a swim. And yeah. The bugs found out my location, and now they're just everywhere. They're just flying around my eyes and nose. But I'm not complaining. I'm in Destin, Florida. How could I complain? I was actually nagging my parents. I thought we could possibly go to, instead of Destin, Florida, I was asking them if we could go to Colorado or Yosemite National Park. But I'm just happy to be traveling. Some people don't have this opportunity, so I'm just super thankful to be able to travel at my age. All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I hope I answered your questions well. And I'm gonna go for a swim. Let's see. I'm gonna try to answer one more question. So I'm gonna look through the chat and answer one more, and then I'm going to head off. Christopher Kopfer asked if I will join the roundtable. I am a part of the roundtable, I suppose. Yep. So, there's a helicopter. Yeah, I'm a part of the roundtable. I am a part of that group. So, it's not a question of will I join the roundtable. It's a question of will I be on a live stream in the roundtable. Actually, I was in a live stream. One of the, I believe it was making the most of your gear, and it was a really fun live stream. Yeah, I'm gonna answer one more question. I know I said one more question, the last question, but I'm gonna answer one more. Let's see. EF Hafner asks if I'm driving yet, and I actually do not have my permit right now, nor do I have my driver's license, so I'm not driving. And I'm not reluctant to drive. I'm not reluctant to get my permit, but it's not at the top of my priority list, so I just haven't got around to it. So no, I'm not driving right now. I kind of look forward to driving because I would love to be able to drive myself and take my bicycle and go to trails and ride by myself, or be able to take myself to group rides. But I will add, if you are going to mountain bike by yourself, just make sure you have a way to contact somebody if you, in the case of an emergency, if you crash and you hurt yourself. Yeah, so I don't know if I would ride by myself, just because it can be a little bit dangerous riding by yourself. was kind of a tangent that I went off of. Alright, thank you. I guess I should end the live stream here. We ended up going to 50 minutes, which is perfectly fine. I like answering your guys' questions and speaking to you guys. And, yeah. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your summer. Excuse me. So, I will see you guys in the Florida vlog that will be coming up soon. And, yeah. See you guys later.